Now, if you look at this title, we have many informations to be learned in this particular title itself. Okay, it's more technical. So you know what AWS stands for. Okay, it's Amazon Web Service. SAA is your uh, associate architect. Okay, this is associate architect level. This is a certification code. It's a certification code. Okay, and the certification code is what we will be using while we are searching through the AWS certification. C01 is the initial code that they have started with when it comes to the architect level of certifications. There are two major architects are there. One is associate, another one is professional. I'll come on to that particular part of discussions in the next slide. So 02, what does that mean is 01 is also currently available, 02 is also currently available. So typically SAA is carrying two versions of certifications, C01 and C02. C01 is the first certification that have been launched, and now that's going to get retired. Okay, it's going to get retired, and the retirement date that they have fixed is June 30 of this year. That is this month, and this particular course will get retired. I believe few people are already on progress of taking up this AWS SAA. Might be. In that case, you have to speed up your process in completing the C01 certification by this month itself, June 30. C02 is already there in the market, and it was launched in 2019, and this is what is going to be carried forwarded post the retirement of the C01. So my aim or my goal is towards C02. I'm not aiming for C01, but C02 is slightly complicated. C02 is slightly complicated compared to C01, but I don't mind, because C02 will give more add-on to my learning curve, and it gives more architectural skills when we focus towards CO2. I'll be coming up with another session where we will be more closely working towards the CO2, C02, and people who are interested to take up C02, you have to spend some time exclusively on learning the architectural concepts clearly, and then only you can appear for it. C01 preparations can go on, and you ensure that you complete it by June 30th. Okay, so this is some basic information that I wanted to give before I start with the next slide. Okay, so here, if you look at it, this is the complete view of the AWS certification certification layer. If you see here, there are three major layers are introduced. Okay, the first one, if you look at it, is nothing but your foundation layer, the cloud practitioner. The cloud practitioner is the first certification that we need to start up with when it comes to the AWS certification path. Now, this is a foundational layer. Please be noted, it is a foundational layer, and we need a minimum of 6 months of experience on AWS. You should have worked on AWS platform for minimum of 6 months. Okay. The next part is associate, and associate carries 3 layers of certifications: the solutions architect, associate level solution architect, then we have sysops administrator, then we have developer. The 3 layers of certifications underneath the associate category. Then we have a professional, where in the professional category we have 2 elements of certifications. One is your solutions architect again, but on professional level. Then you have DevOps engineering, which is professional again. The next final layer is all about your specialty. Okay, the specialty certifications are very specific to your specialization area. Okay, so for example, if you are on to networking, you can go and take up AWS certified advanced networking specialty certificate. If you are on to Alexa developer, okay, you know what Alexa is, right? So if you are an Alexa developer, then you can take the AWS certified Alexa skill developer specialty certification. So that's more specialized. Okay, so these many number of certifications are there. From where we need to start Is there any specific order in which we have to go? Yes, of course. That's the suggestion that I'm going to give right now. So people who are very new, because we have 20, I've seen 25 people in our group are completely new to this environment. Okay. So that's the reason I'm coming up with some scratch of information. People who are already aware of it, you can bear with this for a few more minutes so that we will get more clarity on the certification layer, then we will move forward. Now here, if you look at this foundation is for a fresher to say. Okay, if you are a fresher, then sure you can look up for the cloud practitioner. Okay, but ideally, as per lot of AWS community, I'm a part of many AWS open communities are there. I'm part of it as well. People are referring that this cloud practitioner is not essential to be started. So we can start with associate itself. Okay, but if you feel like you want the fundamental understanding as well, you need to get into the fundamental very clearly, then you have to look out for preparing towards the cloud practitioner. The cloud practitioner is very simple certification. You can quickly clear the cloud practitioner exam. That's what the community says, because even I haven't taken any certifications on AWS. That's the reason I started this group, so that I can speed up my learning curve, and we will have more stringent preparations towards this certification. Okay, it's all a win-win situation. Now, if you look at this associate level, we need a 1 year of experience. Minimum of 1 year of experience is what AWS prerequisite is. But this is not a mandate prerequisite. During the certification, while you're registering for a certification, they will not validate any of these prerequisites. They are not going to validate. Are you a 6 months experience guy? Are you a 1 year experience guy? No, they are not going to validate that. But this is AWS perspective of suggestion. So it's up to us how we take it forward. Now we can start from architect level. The first certification that we can go for is AWS Solutions Architect. AWS Solutions Architect. So that's what we mean by AWS SAA. Okay, Solutions Architect Associate. Solutions Architect Associate. And there are two levels of certifications are there. One is C01 and C02. As I said, C01 is going to get retired. Great. So from associate level, the first certification is this. The second certification, what the community suggests is, we have to go for the developer. Developer, why we need to go for the developer is, once we clear the solutions architect, we can quickly attempt for developer by spending few more a couple of more months in terms of preparing towards developer and quickly complete the certification, because developer is completely sitting on top of the solutions architect. So once you are done with the solutions architect successfully, then you are eligible to get into the developer, go straight into the developer, prepare for the developer certifications and take up the exam, and it's easy for us to clear as well. The next is the third certification that we have to go for is SysOps Administrator. The SysOps Administrator is the toughest exam in associate layer. From the associate layer, SysOps Administrator is the toughest exam, and that's what the community says. Okay, so the third is SysOps Administrator. Between 2 and 3, you need to take a short break. Okay, you have to take a short break. You can't continuously go and start your preparation. That won't be that much of valid. Okay, because we need to spend not just for taking up the certification, we need to spend our time and energy for getting the learning of infrastructure very clearly. So in that case, between 2 and 3, you just take a short break. Okay, and then come up and be refreshed yourself, and then prepare for SysOps Administrator, gain some experience on platform, and then appear for the certification. Number 4 is your AWS Solution Architect. Okay, that is for professional area or professional layer, we can say. For professional layer, the AWS suggests that it is for 2 years of experience. So you can go for AWS Certified Solutions Architect Professional, and you can go for DevOps Engineer. These two exams are again the toughest exam to say. Okay, it is more complicated. We cannot clear the exam just like that, and moreover, these certifications are $300. So we have to give the respect for that investment that we are going to make on these certifications. So ideally, we have to have a solid preparations on architect and as well as the DevOps strongly before we attempt those exams. Anyways, those are still, we have a long way to go to that certification, but I'm just giving you a insight about it. So the fourth certification that you can go for is all about the Solutions Architect Professional, and the fifth certification is all about the DevOps Engineer. Once you have done with this, what exactly happens is, this is what happens. You're completing all the certifications on the role based. Okay, these are role based certifications. Developer role, sysops administrator role, okay, DevOps engineer role, right, architect role. So all these are role based certifications. The next layer is what is all about the specialty certification. You can go for specific certifications on the specialty layer, and this will be all about your own specific passion of uh, uh, certification that you want to appear for. So I might be interested in machine learning. Okay, I might be interested in machine learning. So in that case, you can go for a specific AWS machine learning specialty certificate. You're getting it? So here we have this AWS machine learning specialty certificate, which you can appear for. Or you might be a data analytics. You can go for that certification. These certifications have to be taken post you complete the role-based certification. That's what the community says. Okay, but it's up to you how you want to appear for. Post you complete the role-based certifications, you can go for specialty. Specialty will talk about the depth of understanding in each specialty of domain. Machine learning, you need to have the depth of knowledge on that. But if you look at the professional is a broader knowledge. But compared to specialty, professional is the toughest exam. Specialty is somewhat easier when compared to the professional, but both cost $300. Okay. Associate level certifications is all $150. Okay. Foundational certification costs you $100. If you want to appear for cloud practitioner, it's $100, wherein for associate it is $150. Okay. For professional and specialty, it is $300. So to move out for the depth specialty, you need the depth of knowledge in that specific domain. Then only you can appear for that certification. Hope this is clear. Now, one more thing that you might have as a question here is, can I go directly to associate? Can I go directly to the developer certification without having the solutions architect and sysops administrator? Yes, of course you can do. There is no prerequisite for it. As the order that I've given 1, 2, and 3, if you want to directly go for sysops administrator, yes, of course you can do it. Okay, there is no prerequisite for that. So you have to be noted that you can go in any order, but the suggestion that is provided by the community are these. You can skip the foundation, you can skip the cloud practitioner, but you can keep moving forward with associate, professional, and specialty. If you have any questions on this, please let me know. If you have any questions, please let me know. Hope I think I've made things very clear to my extent. So you would have got the concept by now. So if you still have any query, please let me know. So can I come back and take the cloud practitioner? Probably I just want to complete all the certification. I've done role-based, I've done specialty. Can I come back and take the cloud practitioner? Yes, of course you can do that as well. You can still go ahead and do that cloud practitioner, so that you're completing all the 11 certifications. Okay, I guess it's 11, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm sorry, 12 certifications. So totally there are 12 certifications. If we exclude this foundation, it comes to 11 certification. Okay, so that is a long-term goal, a very long-term goal, to complete all the 12 certifications or 11 certifications, whatever you have it in mind, in your mind. But at present, we are going to focus on the solutions architect associate level, solutions architect associate level. Architect level of certifications are very, very important before you go with any of the other role-based certifications. That's very important. Okay, so please be noted about it. What are the prerequisites? Yeah, of course, we will see that. Probably we'll be connecting up with the group as well. So I'll be forwarding more tidbits on those as well. Okay. Specialty certificate cost is also 300. As I said, this is also $300. So we need to work hard in such a way that we respect to that particular $300 of investment by clearing on the first attempt itself. On the first attempt itself, we have to clear. Okay, please be noted about it. So our focus is clearing the assessment on the first attempt itself. So that's the motivational factor that we have to have throughout our preparation. Do we need cloud knowledge fundamentals? See, you can still have zero knowledge. You can still have zero knowledge, but from zero you have to start. Okay, you have to start, and sure, you can reach the solutions architect. To start with solutions architect, as per the community suggestion, you can still have zero knowledge on the cloud platform. Okay, but still you can go ahead and complete the solutions architect, moving on the ladder of 0 to 1 to 2 to 3 and so on. Okay, so there is no specific prerequisite, but it's good. It's good that if you have some basic cloud platforms or cloud computing experience, or to say a practical exposures or hands-on is advisable, and it's an add-on for moving forward a little bit faster. But no need to get demotivated, even though if we don't have any knowledge about the cloud platform. That's the reason we have joined this group. Slowly we will gear up and get trained, and then we'll go for a certification. So you can have a goal. Okay, it's not that within 1 month you have to complete, or 2 months you have to complete, or 3 months you have to complete. You can have a goal of 6 months also. If you're having a more fear in you that will I be eligible to clear the certification, it's better you can have a long number of months in a pipeline to complete the certification. Okay, so I have a deadline of 3 months. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to clear because I have different other work commitments. Similarly, you will also be having a different other work commitments. But you see how you can train yourself, how you can spend your time in terms of learning for these certifications. So you can come up with a deadline. It's your individual capability to set up your own goal. Okay, great. So is there any question that I've left out? So without okay. So that's it. That's what I was trying to say so far. Without any knowledge, without the foundation knowledge, also you can go and take up the certification, because the solutions architect will start from the foundation only. Okay, the questions will be triggered from the foundations level only. Okay, because there are some organizations where they don't need their associates to be moved up to the associate level. It's enough if they are working towards the foundation level. So they tell that you can just go and appear for the cloud practitioner. Like for example, a sales guy. You think about a sales guy, okay, who want to move into the cloud based projects or the products. So those sales guy need not get into the architect, right? They can just complete their understanding of the entire AWS infrastructure by completing the assessment of the certification of cloud practitioner itself. So that's that kind of a use case that you can think of. So shall we move on to the next slide? I guess yes, of course we can move. So it's almost 7:24. So any other queries? Still we are there connected on the group, so you can throw your queries there, and we'll try to come up with different responses, because others can also contribute. So it's not only Sabari need to contribute. Okay, because we have people. I can see 1 or 2 people who are already into AWS. Experienced guy, 5 years and 3 years experience guys are there. So they will also contribute, and you can also contribute. People who are in the learning progress can also contribute into the group, so that we can learn things much faster, right? Okay, I will also create a Webex session. If you are interested to come up with some interesting session that you want to do, we can go ahead. But the one challenge that I have is, recently I got the information that the Webex free tier is what I'm using, and the free tier is just for 50 minutes. So I'm just looking up for upgrading the personal account of Webex. but let me see how far that I can do it. But as of now, from June 3rd, free tier slab, it's only for 50 minutes, it's allowed, and 100 participants can join. So we'll see, we can have 2 sessions consecutively to cater that 1.5 hours of duration of session, if in case there is a need of it. Okay, why we need certs? What is the necessity? Why we need to go for certs? Certs means certifications. Why we need to go for different certifications? The very first thing is it will force us to learn. Now that's the reason I've triggered this group, right? The reason I triggered this group is because I want to clear the certification. If I want to clear the certification, I have to prepare well. So I'm motivating myself, I'm forcing myself to learn. If we don't have any certifications, we will not spend time on preparing. So to define a constant goal towards our learning progress, we need to step out and get certified. Only then we can learn things much faster. Okay, it's a motivational factor. So that's the reason we have to get certified. So it is also a win-win situation. We get certified and we get the learning as well in hand. And it also helps you to gear up your current skill. Okay, to whatever skill that you're in, you can grow up from that current skill as well, and it will boost your career. Obviously it will boost up your career. You can showcase your credential. Okay, your certified credentials can be showcased, and you can move up in the ladder in your career path. Then highly valuable skill credentials. These AWS are most wanted certifications in the market today. Okay, so it's highly valuable. So obviously then we can look up for appearing for the certification as well. And for some people it's a passion. Okay, and it gives you a satisfaction. Okay, for me everything is combined in this, and the main thing is a passion that I have towards completing this certification. In turn, what happens at the end is the satisfaction. Once we get the certification in hand, it's a high-end credential that we gain, and that will help us to keep moving forward in getting the other certifications also to get completed, right? So it gives you a bigger satisfaction in us. So that is the reason that we have to get certified. So I hope these are some of the points that I jotted down in order to give you some motivation that why we need to go for certificate. Can't we just learn the concepts? Can't we just learn the infrastructure? No, that alone is not enough. At the end, you have to showcase your credential. That's what the organization is looking up for. Okay, now these are some of the links which have collated together, which relates to AWS, which I'll be sharing it in the group as well. So you have a landing page, you have a getting started link, started portal, you have a documentation portal, you have the AWS account creation, AWS certification page, training and learning path is there. Okay, what AWS is all about, core concepts of AWS, and global infrastructure. Okay, so these are all the links that we might be frequently connecting with the official AWS portal itself. We might have hundreds of other blogs and portals which we might be connecting in order to learn things, but then these are the list of official sites which connects to your AWS portal. Okay, so you can make use of this. I will share it later. Few of the links which I'll be explaining it shortly. Okay, fine. Now the first thing is, before I go to the last slide, I just want to take you to the tour of this. Now if you look at it, AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner, this is the first certification that we appear for. You can schedule your exam here. Okay, you can schedule your exam, you can download the exam guide, and you can download the sample questions. Okay, how the questions will be. You might be eager, people who are completely new to the platform, you just wanted to know how this question might look like, how weird the question will be. I just wanted to know that. You just go ahead and click on this download the sample question. It will get you the PDF format of file, and you can get it. You have all the exam details out here. Okay, a 90 minutes of exam and $100. And there is also a practice exam where there is a $20 which you can spend. I guess that is not required because it just provides you some 20 questions. I'm not sure. So it's not a healthy investment to take up a $20 practice exam from AWS officially. This is all about your cloud practitioner. You can get all the outcome of this certification are listed out here. Okay, knowledge and experience, how to prepare for the exam. Every inch of details are provided in this portal. The next is all about your AWS Certified Solution Architect. This is our target. This is going to be our target, associate level. Okay, and if you look at here again you have this. Now, can you see this? C01, C02, C01, C02. This is what which I was highlighting it in the earlier slides. So this is the one which is going to get retired. Okay, it's going to get retired. So we are going to make use of the C02 certifications exclusively. If you just click on this C02, okay, again. So this is the C02 complete sample questions are there. C02 exam guide. Let's go for C02 exam guide. So in the exam guide, you will see the topics that are listed here. These are domain topics. Okay. So there are 4 major domains are included here. Design resilient architecture, high performance architectures, design secure applications and architectures, cost optimizations. The percentage of questions are also listed out here. Okay. You can make use of it, and subtopics are listed out here in each and every domain. You can see all the 4 domains, they have given the subtopics, and we have this C01 exam guide. In the C01 exam guide, if you see, there are 5 topics involved. 5 topics involved. Define operationally excellent architecture. Okay, this one is missing. Even though if this one is missing, the weightage is increased on the other domains. In other domains, it got increased. So the difficulty level also got increased. So we have to be very careful while we are working towards C02. I'm sorry, C02. C01 seems to be easier, but it's not that easier. But compared to C02, C01 is slightly easier. Even though we have only 4 domains in C02, okay, the complexity levels are higher when compared to C01. Is that clear? So you can go to these platforms and try to, the portals, and you can start learning about each and every certifications as and when you find time. So now here, these are SysOps Administrator Associate level. You can see the price is $150. The same is for your Associate Architect Associate as well, 150 USD. Okay, 150 US dollars. And then we can go for Associate Professional. If you look at the Professional, it's 300 US dollars. Okay, 180 minutes. But if you look at the Associate, it's 130 minutes. 130 minutes of time duration for the exam. Whereas in Professional, it is 180 minutes. Okay, and here also you will have all the exam guide and the sample questions. And then for Specialty, it is again 300 US dollars, but there is a slight change in the duration. It's 170 minutes. Okay, so this is what is all about your certification detail page, which are available. All these links are available, and which I'll be sharing it on the group as well. You're getting it? So what I wanted is, I just wanted you to land up in this AWS account creation. That's the most important discussion for today, so that you will gear up in creating your account. People, there might be many people who haven't got created with the AWS account, free tier account. So for them, I'm trying to explain. So if you have any questions till this, please come up with your queries before we move on with the final discussions of this AWS account. Okay, yeah, thanks. Fine. So now looking at the AWS account creation, this is very, very important stage. People might have an account, people might have an official account, your organization might have given you an account, okay, or you might have created a personal free tier account, or you might have created a personal free tier account and it would have got expired. There are many situations where we might be in right now, okay, but this information is going to be for the beginners who are going to start their AWS account creation. Now, if you look at this slide, the first thing, this is the AWS environment. What you are seeing here is the actual AWS environment. Okay, This is your AWS environment. Now in this AWS environment, we are going to launch the new account of our own, and it's our own account. Okay, it's an individual account. It's not someone else shareable account. Please be noted. So the first thing that comes in my mind is isolation. The account have to be isolated completely. You cannot share your AWS account details to someone else, and you should not, because we cannot play around with this AWS cloud platform, because it will lead to cost. It will lead to cost. Even though we are on the free tier, we might create an account on top of the free tier, we have a challenge. I'll tell you what are those challenges shortly. So the login is there, authentication have to happen. Once the account is created, you have to authenticate yourself by providing your credentials, the username and password. A root account will get created. I'm talking about once you create your own account, you're the root user. Okay, root account will get created. Now you will authenticate yourself. That authentication credential can never be shared to others. If you share it, then what will happen is they might start consuming AWS services. When they start consuming AWS services, and if it crosses the free tier, you will be charged. How you will be charged, I'll show you shortly. Now there are multiple services are there in AWS. Hundreds of services are there. Okay, architect will try to cover up all the essential services. I'll come up with another session where we will exclusively talk about the list of AWS services that we need to focus in order to clear the certification. So AWS has some set of services in it, like for example S3 bucket. Okay, or we might be having an EC2 instance to be spinned up. These are some of the frequently used services I'm talking about. S3 bucket is the place where you store your files or images. Okay, to be explained in a layman understanding, it's a storage where you try to save some of your file or images out there in the S3 bucket. It is actually a simple storage service. Simple storage service. That's what we define it as an S3. And EC2 instance is the virtual machine that we are going to trigger in the AWS. You will create a virtual machine on the AWS cloud platform. So these are some of the two services. Now, these services can be accessed only when you get authenticated into the AWS account. Once you are able to get into the account and you see that these are the services that you want to access, that again comes under the authorization. So you can create multiple users, and you can assign the roles for that users, and you can say who can access this S3 and who should not. You can set the policies out there. Okay, that policy will be set with the help of IAM, identity management features is there. Through that you will be setting the policies, and you will say who can access and who should not access. And who can access, who should not access is what is the question that comes under the term called authorization. We are talking about the authorization here, right? So authorization means who can access and who should not access, right? Who can access what? That's another question. S3 bucket, let's say for example X role can access. EC2 instance, only the Y role can access. You're getting it? But X and Y have to provide the authentication details. You have to get authenticated, but whether X can access or Y can access, that's a question that comes under the authorization. Fine. That's the high level security that you have. Once you're getting authorized, then what happens is your billing will start. When you start consuming this service, your billing is initiated. When the billing is initiated, you're actually bounded your account with any one of these account, the financial account platform. The financial account platform could be your PayPal, or could be your credit card, or could be your debit card. At the time of registration, you have to offer your credit card or debit card, and that is the source for the AWS. If in case you are crossing the free tier limit, the charge will be consumed from these platforms which you have tied up with. You're getting it? This is where we have to be very careful. So these two services, if it crosses its free tier range, then obviously they will start consuming the finance from this particular platforms. Probably you would have tied up with the PayPal, or could be a credit card. That doesn't matter. I guess in the registration we don't have a PayPal. We have the credit card or the debit card options. Now, what happens is during the billing, there are some risk and impact we have. So if we crosses that free tier, we have a major risk. So no problem. See, the very first problem that we have is we are into fear whether we need to create an account with AWS, because we have to provide the credit card. What if in case I forgot to shut down my EC2 instance? I've started the EC2 instance and I didn't shut down. Okay, it's keep on running. The free tier is only for 10 hours and it reaches to 12 hours. For 2 hours, they will charge. Yes, of course, they will charge. But for the 10th hour of completion, once it is started to move into the paid mode, you will be notified. You will have the notification service, you will be notified. So quickly, you have to get into the AWS account and shut down your EC2. So per day, let's say per day it is for 3 hours allowed, means your EC2 instance can run in your cloud for 3 hours. If you forget so, you will be notified. We have all the settings which we can do under the billing segments. We have a billing segments. You can move into the billing segments. I will show you that in the next session, since I will not find time to give you more clarity on that. In the billing section, we have many options in order to protect us from not moving beyond the free tier. Okay, you can set your limit. You can set the limit. So if it reaches to $1 is what maximum I can spend. If it's $1, immediately a notification happens and we can log in and then shut down all our instances or the services that we are consuming. Okay, so we need to be a little bit careful over here. That's all. We are humans, right? So we are humans. We are operating the system. Why can't we be more cautious in order to healthily access these free tier usages or free tier options? Okay, so AWS is giving 1 year of free tier, 1 year, 1 full year of free tier. With the same debit card, you can create 2 or 3 accounts, 4 accounts. You can create as many number of accounts you wanted. You can use the same debit card. So after 6 months, you can create one more new account with another email ID, and you can use the same debit card, and you get another 1 year of free tier access. So I have seen people who are having 25 free tier accounts in AWS. I still connect with my organization people, and people used to have 25 free tier accounts as well. Okay, all a free tier account. You're getting it? So why they need multiple accounts is because they might be doing some migrations from one AWS account to another AWS account. They will be doing some migrations, and that's all the hands-on that they want to practice. So they will be creating multiple accounts as and when required. But all are free tier, and they are very careful in terms of handling those services consumption. Is this clear? If you have any questions on this, please let me know. I'll just stop here because I've kept on talking. If you have any questions, please let me know. These are all just an overview. Okay, so that's why I'm moving a little bit faster. But if in case you have some challenges, please let me know. I can get you the clarity. So no worries. People might look at these terms as a more weird statements. I don't know what does this bucket means. I don't know what does this instance means. That's what we are going to learn. Okay, that's what we are going to learn. And please don't depend only on my connect sessions. Okay, you have to move forward. I'll give you all the pathways and resources where you can start your learning. Okay, you can take up some course also. MOOC courses are there, right? So massive open online courses are there. You can just connect to Udemy. Okay, or you can go for LinkedIn. LinkedIn has its learning platform. You can just tie up with them and go for one particular course and purchase that course and start preparing on that. You're getting it? So that's what which I'm doing literally in order to enhance the skills. So you cannot learn it just by yourself alone. Okay, so please connect up with any of these MOOCs. Don't think that I'm branding them. It's up to you how you want to take it forward. But whatever comes in mind is what I'm throwing you as a Udemy, or you can go for LinkedIn or lynda.com, or you can go for Pluralsight. It's up to you. Linux, you have Linux-based platforms are there where they give you the learning on this AWS as well. Okay, there are many platforms are there. There are many MOOC platforms are there which you can make use of it. Great. So any questions at this point of time, please let me know. So we are done with 45 minutes of time. Let me see. I guess the Webex will go for beyond 50 minutes. Let me see. If you have any questions, please come up. Very important questions that keeps haunting your mind. Please come up. Please come up with your, because that's why we come up with these kind of a connect session. Here it's a session where I've created on a one-way communication. Later I will come up with a session where we will exclusively discuss only on the Q&A. Okay, only for Q&A. No sessions. No gyans of concepts. It's only of Q&A that we will be discussing. Yeah, of course, we have to explore more. Exploration is something a way forward that we have to. Okay, great. So I believe there are no further questions. Can we create account after this session? Can we create a new AWS account after this session? Is it advisable? Uh, yeah, of course you can create. Of course you can create. No problem, no worries. Okay, because by next week I'll be coming up with another session. Till then, you will not use any of the services. Till then, don't use any of the services. Even if you use, you should know how to handle them. It's better if you can learn from MOOCs and you can quickly start it. Please go ahead and do it. Don't wait for the next session. I highly advise that. Please go ahead and create your AWS. Try out. Nothing is going to harm you. Okay, stay more focused, stay more cautious. That's all. You can see that you will have the option to create your AWS account free tier without any fear. Okay, but stay more focused that service consumptions beyond the free tier is what is going to be chargeable. I don't think so that you will cross beyond the free tier at any point. Okay, yeah, directly move to the paid tier. Okay, that too, there are some free service, always free service are there. There are services which are always free services. Even after the free tier is over, you will not be charged for those services. But there are few services which are chargeable. Now what you can do is you can delete all the services. Delete all the services at the end of your free tier, and then you can close your account. You have the option to close your account. I'll show you that one last demo. You will see that you can quickly go and close the account. That's all. It's done. I have done already. I've already created AWS account and I've closed it. Okay, the same way you can do it. The charge is based on the service consumption. It's all like Uber. You go for Uber, you go for Ola, right? Charge is based on the distance. Charge is based on the hours that you use. So pay for what you use is what is the cloud is, right? Cloud mantra is pay for what you consume. Okay, only pay for that. If you're running the mission, cloud mission, a cloud virtual mission, pay only for that. That's all. So the charge details are there in the AWS portal. I'll try to share you that link as well. Like S3, EC2, there are hundreds of services. Are there. Okay, there are many number of services are there, which we have to list out. It's growing actually. Okay, it's completely growing. Constantly the number of services. There are few services which are manual services. There are few services which are managed services. Managed services are the services which AWS will manage for us. From the IT infrastructure perspective, there are some services which are completely manageable services by AWS itself. We as a client, we need not do anything. AWS will take care of everything and pay for what you use. That's all. Okay, so this is how the page would look like. This is the old option of creating an account, but the new option of creating an account got changed, but I didn't get the screenshot of that. So this is how it will be. Whether you want a personal account or a company account, you just go for personal account. Okay, and give all your details, give correct details, enter your correct details. Okay, and then go for your agreement consent, and then you can see the next option is all about the payment. In the payment, you can see all the information. Free for 1 year, 750 hours per month, EC2. 750 hours per month, you can run the EC2 container. EC2 instance. EC2 instance, you can run it for 750 hours per month. I don't think so we will be consuming beyond that, right? This itself is too much. Simple storage services, S3, 5 GB. Okay. Database, Amazon RDS, 750 hours per month. We are not going to consume beyond that. You delete it. You practice it, you delete it. You practice it, you delete it. Then and there you delete it. Okay. Or even after one day, you remember, oh my God, I didn't delete the service. You go and delete the service instantly. That's all you have to do. You're getting it. So your credit card or debit card details, expiration dates, I hope these are self-explanatory. You can understand what's happening here. And we can move for the next slide where it is an identity verification. Here actually, it's a telephone number you have to provide. There are two options now it is activated. One is SMS. Okay, through SMS you can verify, or through call in progress you can see. Okay, they will give you a call, a robotic call will be there, and you have to respond, and that's all. It is done. And one more thing that I wanted to inform you is, at the time of giving the debit or credit card details, initially, okay, to confirm your credit card and debit card existence, they will charge you 2 rupees in the Indian currency. 2 rupees will be charged, 2 rupees, and in within 24 hours it will be credited back. It will be debited on the time of submitting your registration. 2 rupees will be debited, and within 24 hours the 2 rupees will get credited. You can check your statement, bank statement, after 24 hours, and that 2 rupees is not a bigger cost. So then you have some of the support plans. In the support plans, you have to go for basic and free. Okay, you also have developer. If you are a developer, $49 per month. Business starting at $100. Enterprise, it's entirely a different pricing slab. Okay, there are different pricing slabs for different variants of usages, but let's target only for the basic free, and by default it is selected for basic free. Okay, then finally we go for the confirmation page, and that's all. It's done. We are done with it. We have created our account. Is this clear? Is there any question on this? Please let me know. If you have any questions, please let me know. So the first thing is we have to remove the fear. Oh my God, I'm giving my credit card, I'm giving my debit card. What will happen if in case? But I do have a use case. Okay, there are people who have lost their money. 60,000 rupees. One of my known friend lost their money, is what the information that I got. So 60,000 rupees they lost. That's because of their carelessness. Okay, that because of their ignorancy. Okay, they have crossed their free tier limit. They have forgot that they have created an account on AWS. They might have forgotten the creation of the EC2 instance for the whole year. Then obviously it will be chargeable. You're getting it? So they would have not activated the notification. Okay, so there might be different reasons for that 60,000. I'm literally worried about how come that 60,000 in a one slot got consumed. That is practically not feasible, I think. But these are some of the use cases which we have to, yes, of course, keep in mind when we are working with any cloud platform. It doesn't mean only for AWS. You go for Azure, okay, you go for AWS, you go for GCP. Everyone, I think GCP and AWS are providing 1 year. I'm not sure about Azure. I think it's for 3 months or 6 months. I'm not sure. But AWS and GCP is giving you 1 full year of free tier. And if you are crossing the limit, then obviously they will keep charging. So any other questions, please let me know. Okay, so Azure is also giving 1 year. Thanks for the information. So Azure have also started to provide 1 full year of free tier access. That's good. Demonstration. So here I am. You can see this is the free tier page. You go and read them before you create an account. Okay, before you create a free account, you look at this. AWS free tier is there. In the AWS free tier, always free. There are a few services which are always free. There are services which are 12 months free. There are services which are trial based, only for short term period. Okay, they are giving all the legends of information which you can look forward to it and work around. So these are the services. You can see these are the services. Page by page you can go. Okay, in the pagination mode you can see the services will be listed on the pagination mode. You can see that the computing services, Amazon EC2 750 hours, Amazon S3 5 GB. Okay, and it is giving, these are free tier informations, and they are also saying that it is for 12 months free. Okay, you can learn this. Please learn this, because these are some of the questions which you might get in the exam as well. Even in the architect, there are billing related questions are there. Okay, so it's good to learn them. Now what I do is, you can explore it later, but I'm trying to log in my account. So this is the create an AWS account page. You can give all the details and then continue. The next page will come, and you can provide your credentials and do it. Now there is a console. Okay, console management. There are 2 types of management consoles are there. One is CUI based, another one is graphical based. Okay, what you are seeing right now on the web portal is a graphical based. Another one is CUI based access is also there. Your complete Amazon infrastructure can be accessed through your command prompt itself. Okay, but this GUI is giving more feasibility for learning things much faster. So this is the home page of the management console, aws.amazon.com/console, and in this you can just go ahead and create an AWS account by clicking this button. If you already own an account, okay, if you are already owning an account, you can just go to the my account menu, and there you can see AWS Management Console is there, and when you click onto it, it will redirect you to the login page. You have two things. One is root user, another one is IAM user. Okay, identity management user. I'm just logging in with root user. We have to learn a lot what is the difference between these two, but temporarily I'm using the root user, and I'm giving my mail ID with which I have registered with, and you click next. It will prompt for an password. I'm just giving my password. Okay, the moment I give my password, if the password is correct, next one is multi-factor authentication. I have activated. See how we have to be clever enough, right? So no one can access my account because I've activated a multi-factor authentication, and in the multi-factor authentication in my mobile phone, I have the authenticator tool from the Google. You can get the authenticator tool and tie up at the time of enabling the multi-factor authentication. Now I am receiving a OTP. Multi-factor authentication is nothing but the OTP, one-time password. I received the one-time password which I'm entering right now. I can see in my mobile screen. This is the number that I've received, and I'm submitting it. It will be there for 30 seconds. The number will be there for 30 seconds in the authenticator. Probably most of you might be using the authenticator. So that's what which I have tied up. Beyond, after providing all these informations, only you are eligible to log in. So you can see how AWS is making your console to be highly secure. Okay, so multiple variations of security levels are there which we can leverage it at the best. So this is my account name, you can see here, and right now I'm on the region of North Virginia. Okay, the reason I went for that North Virginia is for billing reasons, but I can go and choose Asia specific, where we will be having Mumbai. Yeah, here it is. I can Mumbai. So what happens is, this is the region which is very closer to me, so it is more easier for us to utilize the bandwidth and work around with different services. You can see all the list of services here. Can you see? All these are list of services. How many services we have? Internet of Things, okay, analytics, right, end user computing. But we might be using most frequently used like S3, EFS, storage related, okay, glaciers, database, RDS, DynamoDB, Elastic Cache, okay. You can also use the external databases as well by using the demilitarized zone option which AWS offers. We have computing options like EC2 and so on, Lambda, and many things are there, blockchain, okay, hell a lot of things are there. This part is what which we are going to explore in the next upcoming connect session, which we will be working on. Okay, IAM, okay, identity management. IAM is the identity management. That is the one which we have to closely work at the very beginning of learning the AWS, because that will help you to secure your account, and as well as your free tier usage. Okay, so that's very much important. If you want to search for any of the services, you can go here and type it EC2. Okay, you get that. If you want to search for DynamoDB, you get it. Okay, it's a managed NoSQL database. Managed means AWS will take care of the management of such services. Managed services, those are. Okay, so here you can see this is what we call it as AWS Management Console. This AWS Management Console is a web-based UI feature, user interface feature. You can also use the CUI, command user interface, if in case you want to communicate. We will also study about that in the upcoming connect sessions, or if you get a chance to start your learning from Udemy or anywhere, you can already start learning about the CUI based access of these services as well. So what I wanted to show you here is I want to go back to this billing. Okay, I'm into the billing. So you can type that billing. Billing itself is one service. So when I go for billing, now you can see automatically my region got changed. It's global. What do we mean by global? Why that region is not specified as Mumbai? Why it is global? There are few services which are global services. not specific to region, not specific to region. These are services which are global services. Why these are tend to be global services? Let's say, for example, there is an earthquake in India, okay, and the complete region infrastructure is lost. Yeah, you're getting it. Or the whole globe satellite is down, okay, or typically some other reasons that we are unable to utilize the services in any of the region. There are few services which has to be mandated to be accessible irrespective of the region. Those are the services which are listed out in the global segment. You're getting it? So global segment is something where the services which is always accessible irrespective of the region. There are multiple data centers have been created in multiple regions. I'll show you shortly in one more link. That will be the last demo that I'll be showing. You can see that still I am 0.00 INR. Okay. I've activated many things here. I've activated notification. So you can see I've activated notifications. Okay. So there are many things which I have activated in terms of saving my account. You have cost explorers. You can explore your cost home. Bill preferences, payment methods. So billing preferences. So you can see here, these are the levels of activations that I've done. Receive free tier usage alerts. I've given my email ID. Okay. Receive billing alerts. This receive billing alerts will help us in giving a notification instantly once we cross the limit. Okay. Then we have receive the every month receive the invoice in a PDF format. Anyways, it's going to be 0. That doesn't matter, but still you can do that as well. Okay. You can see your payment methods here, right? Consolidated billing, taxing informations, credits, orders and service, bills. Okay, these are bills. Still I am 0 limit. There are no costs being incurred in any of the services. Practically I haven't used much of the services, so that's why it is. And budgets, you can see budgets. Okay, so all these are billing related information. Okay, so now I can go for my account. Here you can see I can use this my account. The my account will redirect to another page. Okay, this is my complete my account details. You can see here. Okay, now scroll it to the bottom. Once you click my account, you have the option called close account. You select all the options and then click close account. That's all. Your account is closed. If you see that you are going to reach to the end of your free tier, almost 11 months got over, or 11 months 15 days got over. The remaining 15 days you don't want to use it. To be on safer side, you better go and close your account. So you can quickly close your account here. Is that clear? Please confirm, because I could see there are some lag in my video. Is there any challenge that you faced till now? Please let me know quickly. Till this closing of account, were you able to be in sync with me? Yeah, that's great. Great. Thank you. So what do you have to do? Just go to the my account. Okay, just go to the my account, and there you can see in the my account, straight go to the bottom page. Okay, straight go to the bottom page, and in the bottom page you have the option to close account. That's all you have to do. You're getting it? So any questions you have, please let me know. If you have any questions, please let me know. I guess we still have another 25 more minutes, but I might not use the entire 25 more minutes. We'll try to shorten the session, but let me take more queries if you have any. If you have any zero balance account, you can use that. Just have some 10 rupees or 20 rupees in that account. Okay, so nothing is going to happen. If the services are consuming more, and if you are not unable to pay, automatically they will give you a call, and you can close your account immediately. Not the bank account, I'm talking about your AWS account. That's all. These are some of the loopholes. If you still have some fear, okay, you can just have an account where you have some 10 rupees or 20 rupees in the balance. That too for giving a space for consuming the 2 rupees in the initial registration time. They will ensure that whether the account is an active account, So they will consume a debit 2 rupees and then they will credit it back. You can think of in that perspective as well. So you need not worry upon that consumption of the amount. Okay, so one last thing that I would like to explain, and then we'll wind up with that, is AWS infrastructure. Okay, so I guess the slide is here. Infrastructure.aws. What this infrastructure.aws portal will help us is, it will help us in understanding the complete AWS infrastructure in more interactive way. I advise all the beginners to go and explore this. Okay, see how we do it is what the link, and you can click that. Okay, automatically you can see there are global infrastructures are activated. Okay, from the home you can see there's a global infrastructure, regions are there, availability zones is what we call it as AZs, availability zones. You have local zones, you have point of presence, POP, you have network, custom hardware, benefits. If you click on each and every link, you will get some information about it. What region is, they are giving a complete information. What availability zones are, okay, why we need AZs. Within a region you will have multiple AZs. Okay, why we need a local zone, why we need a point of presence. Okay, what is the point of presence is going to help us? It's basically for CDN, content delivery network, okay, to access your cached information much faster. There are times like you can take a use case of Netflix. Okay, so Netflix have to use these point of presence because they have to cache their streaming of information so that it can deliver the client much faster. They have to deliver it in the 4K. Okay, there are people who activate their account for 4K. So for 4K delivery of content, they have to have a cached environment. So AWS is expanding its presence in terms of point of presence as well. So you have network, you can get some information about the complete network track, you can see. So these are fiber cables which are going underneath the ocean. Okay, so maximum link is there for all the regions, and each and every region is going to have a data center. A different number of data centers are also there. So let's take an example here. I'm looking forward for I'm looking up in India. Okay, in India, AWS presence is there in Mumbai. If you click the Mumbai, okay, this is region, and this region has 3 availability zones. This region has 3 availability zones. Maximum number of zones will be varied. Okay, but the 3 is what is most of the regions will have as an availability zone. Okay, so let's go for let's say Sydney. In Sydney, you have 3 availability zones. Okay, so what are these zones are? What are these zones are? If you look at in my account, okay, go to the account, you can see these are the regions, right? So these are the regions. You're getting it? All these are regions, and in each regions, okay, in each regions, you will have the availability zones as well. Okay, we have a separate study for that because the questions will be asked from that area as well, the regions and availability zones. So I would like you people to explore these regions and availability zones, what availability zone is doing. Okay, how AWS is more resilient. Okay, resilient in terms of fault tolerance, high availability. You will gain all the insight of those informations. The availability zones are there, data centers are there, the informations about the data centers. Okay, so those informations are also gathered from this interactive tool. This something which you have to mandate, explore, and learn things. Get the basic understanding of what all these regions are. See, all the data centers are interconnected and lively it's running. Okay, so it's vast. AWS is absolutely vast. That's why AWS is number 1 in the cloud platform. Okay, so it's massive. It's massive actually. The number of services that they offer is massive. I can even show you one thing. Okay, so if you see here, example of this machine learning alone. Okay, if you are interested in machine learning, probably you can try. See how many number of services that they dedicate exclusively for machine learning alone. Okay, that's something quite interesting. If you are a developer, you have an exclusive number of services for developers. Same it happens for GCP and Azure as well, but from the comparison perspective, AWS is number 1, Azure is number 2, GCP is number 3. Simple, dot. So you see that you keep your hands on multiple cloud, or you want to be a more specialized source for a single cloud that you can design. There are situations where we have to switch over to multiple clouds also. Multi-cloud it is called as. It is called as multi-cloud. There are places where we will launch our application on 2 different clouds. One is on AWS, another one is on Azure also, or one is on AWS, another one is on GCP. There are bigger organizations who want to keep a backup. If one AWS is having some challenges, then they will redirect it to the GCP. Those are called as multi-cloud. There's a big difference between hybrid cloud and multi-cloud. Okay, public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, multi-cloud. Multi-cloud is completely different from hybrid cloud. Okay, we'll discuss that as well in the next discussions. I'm going to have discussions on cloud computing fundamentals. In that, I'll be giving you more closer talk about these areas as well. So let me stop here. If you have any questions, please go ahead. We'll take some queries. We'll have some discussions before we wind up.